Amazing soul family, how are you guys doing? I welcome you to Soulstarot. So again, I'm back doing a reading here, but this time it is an oracle reading. Okay, it's going to be a reading which is going to resonate with pretty much everybody out there. Whenever you watch the reading, the title attracts you, or you think that there's something that is pulling you towards it. Obviously, this reading has something in store for you, and my purpose really is to take you on the path of truth and enlightenment. So I don't offer you very sugar-coated or manipulated kind of readings. I will not show. Uh, the skin per se to sell or make it more commercial. I'd rather keep the sanctity of the readings, like many other readers are doing, by maintaining the dignity of this particular thing, because I don't want tarot to be treated as playing cards, right? Because it's a divination tool wherein a mystic or a shaman or somebody who's into the kind of energies as a light worker, they're trying to really help you through this journey, right? They're giving you certain answers that you're looking for. Anyway, much of the gyan. So all my information in the description box, kindly have a look, and you would have really seen, if you're following us on Instagram and on Twitter, that I write, right? So I'm actually writing a book right now, something on relationships, which is a lot to do with karmic. So I thought, why not do something in the similar light? So I'm doing a reading. I'm going to timestamp it because obviously, a lot of people do not have time, and we are in a busy life. There are so many chores one has to do. Considering that it's all timestamped, you can really skip and go to the reading directly. But the reading is all about karmic relationships. What are karmic relationships and what are karmic ties? What do we really understand by that? Okay, so that's what we're going to discuss today. And I'm going to use a moon oracle. I'll take out the moonology card. So I'm doing this reading on the new moon day specifically because this is the time when we are really manifesting new things and brighter things, and we're also kind of being we're grateful, and yet we're releasing things that are not serving us as well. So certainly yes, the moonology oracle is what I'm going to use, and then I'm going to also pull out a card from the soul's journey from the reading. Okay, and the tarot guidance would be pulled out from the lights here, and then we're going to close the reading with the unicorn card. So whoever needs the reading, it's best for the viewer kind of reading. It's a by the way reading. Wherever you are, it reads. I send you loads of love and light and abundance. Thank you guys for following and supporting. We're looking for 1,000 subscribers. I want to monetize the channel, but I cannot use Google AdWords. I would really appreciate if you're new to the channel. I welcome you here. I hope you find what you're looking for. Please press the subscribe button and help us grow. And my old joiners, thank you so much for being here and loving me so much. And I send you love and light to all of you, man. I mean, barring new, old, whatever, it doesn't matter. I've got few, and you very precious. So let's begin and let's dive in. It's the journey, right? So what do I see? They show me like 20 and 02. So basically, of course, the thing is that you're not on the same page with the person. And this is, I think, this is that belief that we are going to delve deeper into, that what is karmic relationships. So as I surrender to the light and I call upon my masters and my guides, Michael, Gabriel, Blueberry, Ocean Tree, all the Holy Spirits, guides who support orchestrating, please help us connect and show us the messages for the highest good for the one watching. Okay, do not skip the reading because I'm sure you would really feel things, and you'll find certain parables to link to your story. Okay, but rest cheerful. He asked me to stop. So with the karmic relationships, really, what is it about? It is about a strong relationship, a pull that you feel towards the person, barring the genders. We talk energy, keep that in mind. So take it the way it's resonating, okay? And it's about that, and it's not like one-sided. You both feel that kind of pull. So 6 of Cups, but like again, very karmically oriented. So the dynamics are that there's a lot of codependency. There's a lot of control issues, there's a lot of lack mentality. There's a lot of blame game going on. There's a lot of emotional learning and upgradation that happens in the process. So let's see what comes around for you guys as we go forward. With demonology, what do we need to see, Michael? We have you're very close to achieving your goal. This is a gibbous moon, right? So again, for me, this is about really you knowing it somewhere. You are understanding it. You see it. You've been with the person for a good time. That is for sure, right? And you've seen the phases with the person with the Eight of Pentacles in this deck, the way, it kind of showcases that you've seen the phases with the person. You've been through the ups and the downs, the roller coaster ride. And you every time I think you are trying to bring back love into the situation, just because you feel that, okay, this is how it needs to be. And then we have full moon in Sagittarius, so maybe something happened around that time, or that's what they really show me as of now. So I'm going to talk about this once I pull out the soul journey. Let me just do that for you. I also found this feather. Okay, this is about peace. So maybe it's about making peace with something. Maybe it's very tender, it's very kind, it's that kind of energy, right? So how to really identify, how to know, because with these kind of relationships, your first three chakras are essentially hit. So my cards are sage and meditated, keep that in mind. Okay, so basically, when we talk about these relationships, we are talking about those three chakras that come into play, the first three chakras, right? So it's all about the Maya, the illusion that we are living in today, okay, the fancy world that we live in. So we all know ego, right? We know all the dynamics, right? So anger is one, ego is one, passion is one. So these things, when they come into the picture and when they start playing, then what happens is what this particular reading is going to really highlight for you. Okay, now for many of us, it is also to kind of understand the energy play that's going on between you and your person, right? And what happens is that at times we get very confused about the fact that, oh, he loves me or she loves me. We hold hand in hand and we sing songs and we go for dinners and all of that. But trust me, many relationships on this planet Earth are supremely karmic. And that could be a positive thing for many, because many of the people have led their lives that way, and some are not able to, because that's where they receive the Tower moment and they receive the epiphany, right? So a karmic relationship is one where you have a past life connection, hands down, right? So it is like a previous reincarnation, a previous incarnation that's happening in this life. So whatever has happened, which was not completed back then, gets completed here. So there's a lot of ancestral legacy involved and things like that. So I can't go in detail about that, but I would just say that it's not just a very romantic kind of vibe. Okay, your focus, but when you're in a karmic understanding, is so on the same front. You're not focusing on the higher self when you're in a karmic relationship. You're focusing on these things. Oh, he loves me and I love him. So you're basically counting the rose petals. He loves me not. She loves me not. That is what it kind of teaches you. So we have a spiritual teacher. So maybe some of you are in the field, and whatever faith you come from, if you have a look at the picture clearly, whatever faith really you come from, you could be a Muslim, you could be a Christian, you could be a Sikh, you could be a Buddhist, a Thai, you could be from any religion, Hindu for that matter, okay? The idea is that this particular tie that you feel with somebody is here to make you ascend forward, right? So this is wherein they're teaching you something. You both are teaching each other something, and that is the beauty of this relationship. Obviously, it is not that rosy and easy, because with the rose we've got the thorns, right? So we need to see what are those amazing challenges, that come around, and how you kind of handle them. And karmic relationships are such that they need a lot of care, they need a lot of understanding. So one partner will offer, the other maybe cannot. With the light and love we have, it is your purpose is to bring divine healing, light and love to this world. So maybe you are a light worker, maybe you were very compassionate about people around you or the life around you, and that's what they're saying, healing light, so that you can heal people and also in the process heal yourself, right? So here, I think this particular one that we are talking about when we do the tarot and we pull out the tarot, this is really about how they're trying to bring about something better in you. So when we see these three cards, okay guys, okay, the little understanding that I really make out is that it is a hard time to understand what you've been through in your past relationship with the person you're asking or thinking about. Okay, so if you see this clearly, this is what this states to me out loud. That talks about like the seasons you've seen with reasons you've seen with the person. Okay, and it's not easy because you both have that kind of head, maybe, because you're repeating certain ways and patterns of doing certain things because they're so ingrained in you that maybe you feel that, like we're told that as a kid that, oh, you know what, you've been born in a Hindu family, so you have to follow Lord Shiva, you have to follow this and that. Similarly, these things are ingrained in us as to how we're supposed to operate in a relationship. A man means a man. The energies, the play, the pull, right? The equality war that we kind of stay in. So this is really about you finally realizing and saying, you know what, I'm done with these benefit of doubt kind of situation and concessions. No more. I can't offer that, right? Because it's not, the right is not amazing. It's not helping you somehow. It's where you're tolerating things that you don't want to tolerate. Okay, and keep that in mind if this is not resonating with you, or you can just ignore it, because this is a very general information that I'm sharing, and then I'm going to pull out the tarot wherein we're going to talk about what these relationships are and how they operate. Okay, so here you're basically accepting each other's behavior, their patterns, their ways, how, by offering divine light, healing light, saying that, okay, you know what, never mind, it happens, it so happens. Many of us do that. No, we say that in our language it says chalta hai, it's all good, I mean it's fine, it happens, and we just kind of get okay with. We don't realize how stuck we are, how blocked we are. We don't understand that. And although the head is that we want to get out of this situation, we want to heal it, we want to seek help, we want to talk about it, we want to tell other people about it, but we're just not able to do that. Why aren't we not able to do that? Who's responsible for this kind of situation that we're in? And we feel drained because, with the givers here, it is about, see how it seems like it's being sucked, right? The light is being sucked. So it is like you feel drained by the energy of the person. That is how a karmic relationship really, really feels. Okay, and you would have a lot of questions because you have a soul contract together. You have to go through something, and it's all to do with not so good karma. I won't call it a negative thing, but not so good karma, right? So there are mysteries wrapped in history. We don't know many things, and I think we should just continue doing our bit in a certain way and understand how we need to rise higher and ascend higher from the karmic to the ascending relationship. How can we do that? So it's like mutually you guys have that kind of push towards each other, right? You have that pull towards each other. Your intentions may be very positive, but they get toxic too soon because there's so much of codependency. Because the one says that, okay, I will understand, the other says, okay, you know what, I know everything by the end of the day. So you both are basically draining each other out, not realizing that it's not positive. Okay, you think that you're expressing love, that you're heading towards the full moon, you're expressing love, you're grateful and all that, but actually you're not doing that. You're sucking it away from the source. Okay, so the idea to understand the mechanism, the way it really works, is that you have to understand that how this works when you really listen to your higher self, when you listen to your intuition, when you listen and work on yourself, on those three chakras that are blocked, right? Your root, your sacral, and the soul. So when you start working on those chakras, you realize, okay, you know what, life is much more than what I see. There's so much more abundance to life that I need to see and I'm not able to see. The vital life force that's running in you, within you, that is Shakti, that is Shiva, right? That is the beauty wherein you need to honor and dance to the tunes so that you can make more and give more meaning to your life. That's what the spiritual teacher is really addressing. Ideally, the universal law, trust you me, of abundance is that you give and you receive, right? But then it is also about knowing where you need to draw a line or a boundary with something or somebody who feels or is a karmic. So karma is just another word really for cause and effect. 6 and 9. What you sow, so shall you reap. So this is all past life. It's not like you might be asking yourself, what have I done to the person you're thinking, talking about? I haven't done anything wrong. I always do the good things. I always try and think about the better side. But that's not what it is, because there is a past life association. There is a soul contract. There is an unrequited soul tie that you guys have, and you need to fulfill that, right? So that is where your preferences doesn't come into place. Your ideologies don't come into play. It is something that one has to go through, but how you make a choice to deal with it will make all the difference in the game. Okay, so it's like, for example, I love to have cold coffee when I'm having my breakfast in the morning, right? Many of us have tea, many of us have hot coffee, and we have our own choices, right? So what choice you make so that your meal or whatever equation you're in, it becomes better, it is more potent, offers you more value, that is where you would know that okay, I am doing justice to the experience that I'm in right now, okay, and I'm on the right path. So since I've mentioned really little about what karmic is and how the cards are really playing, and for the person who's watching and resonating with the reading, please let me know in the comments if this seems like that. Do subscribe if you've not. Just saying, just know the idea is to uncover your own truth, okay, and that is what I think in this relationship you both are going to do with one another, or doing it, because it's a very low frequency kind of vibe. It's not higher kind of feeling, because you're sharing not so good a karma together, right? So both the souls really are involved in such a way wherein you are by default creating negative karma, not so positive karma, right? So that's where I'm saying that, as mentioned earlier, that the choices you make in this relationship basically would lead to the consequences, you would face, right? So they could be based on shame, fear, guilt, trauma, all past life. Could be a lot of codependency, really, okay? And the idea is really how you can make it and turn it better. How you can create something better for yourself, how you can rise above, how you can bring about those changes. That is what we're going to uncover today with the reading as we progress, okay? So now this is not something which is very easy. This is very unhealthy. This is something that makes you feel binded. This is something which keeps you trapped in a certain way. At times it so happens that we invest in a person so much and the person does not honor you that way, does not offer you that kind of strength. That is where you know that how you need to address the thing and how you need to really unwire yourself and rewire yourself again so that you can become better, right? Not staying in a mentally abusive, emotionally abusive relationship, even physically for that matter, is great. That is where you have to get out of it, and that is also one sign that you are in a karmic engagement. Your partner could be a big narcissist in that sense, and that's a completely different story altogether. And because of the karma that we are in together, because of the past life karma that we have, the one is understanding, the other is kind of guiding, so that kind of vibe, knowing better, thinking that the person knows better. It is just that you're still on the same frequency. You're draining each other out, right? You are not seeing that you're repeating the patterns for some reason that are not great. Like I said, I received this feather. It is a very delicate, tender kind of feather which talks about peace, which is so much about the angels sending you light and being around you. And that is what they're saying, that the purpose is really to bring divine light, but it's also about healing yourself, having that soul light within you, knowing that you can work upon yourself and make certain changes. And this could be like you've experienced it prior, you're experiencing right now, you may invite something like that, right? So that's why I'm saying that one way or the other, throughout the relationship, if you're in a karmic relationship or you end up being in one or you are already in one, either way, whichever, what you think of it, that perception does not work. What you have to undergo sure works, and the kind of choices you make by understanding that sure helps make you better and takes you to the higher self and make your souls grow in a much better way. Okay, so let me just, I think, go forward, because I can talk about this completely, believe me, and this can be continued like for, I don't know, months, but it's difficult really to say what is going on with you per se, because obviously when it's a one-on-one session it's very different, but considering it's a very generic kind of understanding, so I'm just sharing the beliefs that we know, we understand, and they would come in handy to you whenever you kind of have something of this nature, if you're experiencing, and maybe somebody out there definitely needs it. So that is why this particular reading is being done. So spiritual lessons are really unfolding for many of you, okay, because we are in the Aquarius season and there was a transit that happened, Sun in Capricorn, okay. So in the Vedic astrology, because I dabble in Vedic and Western astrology both, so it is said that they're not the best of friends, right? Although Sun is the father of Saturn, which is ruling Capricorn, right? So they both are not best friends. They both bring about the reality. They both will reward you if you're doing great. They both will offer you light if you do if you offer genuinity to the person, you're the most authentic, okay. They'll really reward you for your efforts. So that's exactly the thing, that how would you know how would you identify this, and how can you work through it? That's something that we can cover in some other reading, and if you're interested, you can definitely connect, because I do offer readings, but specifically on choice. So let's pull out the tarot and see what we need to see really, okay, because this is something which is very sensitive as an energy that I see. Somebody out there is really thinking that, what, I feel so drained, even after doing so much, I feel so drained. Why do I feel so drained? I don't want to be I don't want to be in something like this where the cooperation is endless, you feel from your side, and the other person doesn't honor. 1 second, so I just had to take water. So they show me like a London eye. It's all round, right? Why do they show me a London eye? Because the truth of the matter is that it seems like that roller coaster, the merry-go-round kind of vibe. Now, like I said, someone here definitely is seeking answers and want to know that how to. Maybe you have you're married to the person, or you're committed to the person, you've got families to take care of, their bonds together and their soul ties, since so you can't just break off, you can't just get out of it, you can't remove it from your system. You're asking, how can you make this better, or what do I need to do to understand this more? Initially it felt amazing, it felt great, there was a magnetic kind of vibe to this relationship. I was passionate, we were passionate, and we used to do things together for each other and all that. And now suddenly, after a few years or whatever, I don't feel great about it. I feel that there's something going wrong, and I need to understand what is it that's missing, that I don't see. What is that piece of puzzle that I don't see? What is that healing that is needed? Who needs to really go into that healing? It's very instinctive. It's something which is coming in to me as well on a very psychic, intuitive level for many of you. So just know that your ancestors, your masters, your guides, your sacred deities, Holy Spirit, whoever you believe in, are sending you signs and things, okay, from your dreams, maybe numbers, boards, crystals, etc. They're sending you animals, they're telling you what you need to see, but you're not able to understand right now, you're not able to unravel it. That's where we're going to help and use tarot. as to what is really going on in this. So the person, like I said, feels similarly. It's something which is 6 and 9. It's something which is being reflective. It's cause and effects. It's karma. So in thoughts and actions, it is very much, it seems like, there could be a lot of trust issues that you both have. There could be things that you don't understand. Maybe lack of communication is way too loud. That maybe you don't have, the connection together that you used to feel for each other. That is going on. So something which is going on wherein you really want to talk about it, you want to be open about it, you're not able to, you're googling it, you're watching lots of videos, YouTube, etc., to find and figure out the answers. But spiritual lessons are hidden in persecution. Keep that in mind. Okay, you cannot just read something and say, oh, I get the answers. You'll have to go through the process. You just have to, and that is what it is. So I surrender, and I know the guides are here with me. Michael, some of the messages I need to see with this reading so connected. The karmic relationship, the roller coaster, that is, I'm afraid, not rolling the way the one wants. Okay, you have so many memories, collection of pictures they show me for you guys together, good trips, traveling, pictures, smiling, running around, eating food together, barbecue, things like that. You feel as if suddenly a part of you is not there with you, because that is where it has come to you. It has hit you that way. Okay, so let's see how the tarot unfolds and what do we need to see with this. Just comes around together. I have a Queen of Pentacles energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Then I have Queen of Cups, which is Cancer energy for me, really. So honestly speaking, this is to do with the kind of choices, as I said, one makes. So maybe we got into this relationship because of the money it offered, the stability it offered. And take it the way it's resonating. Your partner could have done that, you could have done that, you felt that this seems all glorious and nice and beautiful and steady and will offer me this and that, the jazz, that you want in a relationship. But by the end, you feel that you're so disconnected. You're getting disconnected from the source, and that is not what this Queen of Cups is about. This Queen of Cups is about staying connected to the source. Very nurturing, very healing, light, love kind of energy. But with the Queen of Pentacles, it is to do about your thoughts did not match your actions. So you made a choice. Maybe you had a choice as far as the person was concerned. With Three of Pentacles here at the bottom, you had a choice as well, possibly to co-create something with somebody else. You had feelings for somebody else, but it's just that you didn't go for it. You felt a sense of familiarity with somebody. I feel strongly for somebody, but you could not go forward because your value systems, the patterns that you've been into ancestrally, the past life tie that you had to undergo, you just had to undergo. Okay, so now suddenly with this Queen of Cups energy, it's like the need to feel, touch, know, all of that is getting brighter, bigger, and you just don't know how to go ahead and move forward for it. So I'm taking this one. It's about creating something, making something and bettering it out, and keep weaving it. It's like a tedious, very handful kind of task. One person is smiling, the other is sitting down under, there's somebody else also. So like I said, with your choices, of course, things of course change. Your passion can turn into pain. Keep that in mind too. Okay, so your solar plexus of course could be something that isn't working for you somehow. So if something feels different in the relationship for some reason, don't blame it to memory loss, or don't blame it to, oh, I don't remember, oh really. It is about time to really say that, what, it's about the throat chakra. You need to really talk about it. You need to come forward and you need to change your belief system, and you need to be open about it and face the fears and obstacles and not stand bounded by it, right? So because we all have a certain specific path to follow, and we all have our own set of obstacles and challenges to deal with. But it is important to talk about it, to deal with those little issues that become bigger if we don't communicate, right? What else do we need to see with the Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and Three of Pentacles? So we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and we definitely have. Oh man, can this be not on point? High self came around. You very close to achieving your goal. Bang on. Why I say I love it, because this is about finally you seeing it the way it has to be seen. Finally, you realizing that, you know what, this cannot continue the way it's continuing. I have to break out of the old patterns, and I have to see what shines bright of me. What is it that's interlinked? What is it that I need to release? What is it that I need to let go of? Start doing that personal work, your research. Start working on yourself and analyze what matters to you the most, and how you can gather the courage and the strength to bring about that change. But you will have to believe in that change too, okay? It needs great deal of awareness coming to you, big awareness coming to you. So what is it with the judgment that we need to see? Eight of Cups. You hands down are saying, you know what, I am walking away from all of these things and issues and patterns that does not honor me and my growth, that stop me from my growth. And they are the signs, the 5 signs of what seems very karmic or is karmic. Okay, so something that hinders your growth, something that does not let you grow, is karmic. And maybe the person you are in with is here to actually challenge you. Thank that person in your life that he or she gave you that experience, so that you could honor yourself, rise above, and do, and get in touch with the Queen of Cups energy here, to feel, to sense, to understand how better a person you can be. So like this one is like a mirror to you. This particular one is like a mirror to you, okay? And the issues are yet to be addressed. I'll be very honest. Not like, you're done with it, because they, like I said, they could be shame, they could be guilt, they could be fear issues, they could be abandonment. There could be lots like past life karma, trauma, bonds that we all are into. So what else do we need to see here? You're very close. They say that do not just give up. You will get the answers, you will get the signs. Don't just get stuck on the problems. There's a solution for everything, because this person has made it very simple for you. Whatever was very complex is going to change. This new moon, I think, because I'm doing the reading on the new moon day, whichever part of the world you're in, this is Aquarius season. Keep in mind, manifest. This is about initiation. This is about dropping it all out, trusting your intuition, going out there and saying, you know what, I'm going to work around it. So get influenced by this light, and I think just make sure that you see what it's bringing in. Oh boy, see the wheel, the change. Inevitably, I told you they're showing me the London Eye, they're showing me all those round things. It's about you finally saying, this higher self is talking to you and saying, you know what, Jupiterian, I want my abundance back. I want my freedom back. I want my individuality back. I want my personality to shine. I want me to shine bright. And you're saying, you know what, no more, breadcrumbs for me, please. I will not take that. You're done with playing the game. You're done with playing the Ludo, or whatever you may call it, the dice game, right? You don't want to do that, because you want a score of 6, wherein you say, you know what, let's even it out. Okay, so you're ready to really accept everything, and you're ready to accept the you're ready to take the responsibility also, right? This could be like bring about little problems for some, but again, it might feel a little painful, but then the result would be very fruitful, because you would just release it. Like we say, it's perfect, once you're done with it. So no pain, no gain is the idea here. So the connection between you guys here, between two partners here, is alright, is okay. It's karmic, it's a little chaotic, yes, but the truth of the matter is all past life carrying together. You both need to work through it if you really want to. If you can't, then you'll have to spring out of it. You cannot just stay into it, okay? What else do we need to see with the spiritual teacher and with the wheel? Do subscribe if you have not, and let's see. Yeah, King of Wands. Again, as I said, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this was missing. This is about really taming the beast within. Really saying, you know what, I'm focusing on what is really causing the problem, could be causing the problem. Like a reptile, okay? There's like this thing on his shirt, if you've noticed, okay? Sneaky, like, like that. It is like those little triggers that come around. In this reading specifically, that's how I'm seeing. This could be like you got attracted to the person very quickly and you said, you know what, this seems right, this seems great. He's got all the jazz, or she has everything that I so want in my partner. And that's where, the choice changed, because that's where your energy shifted from got disconnected really from the source and came down to a lower vibration. And that's where, crisis comes around, chaos comes around, and you end up thinking about how one can reconcile. Since there is a very old kind of bond between you guys together, it's a very strong energy, of course. It's not like you can just let it go and say, you know what, I'm done and dusted. You can't do that, right? Even if you have to kind of think of breaking it off or calling it off, you'll have to sit down and feel it and, put your story in the loop, or replay it in your mind to see, okay, how best, what is the bigger picture that I need to see in the long run? Will this relationship get stronger as I progress, or it's going to go, under the carpet, or it's going to get weaker? So you have to ask these questions. So there's no crash course really that, one can do. 9 of Pentacles. Once you realize that, you would be very abundant, you'll be very resourceful, you'll be all happy and joyful. It's about staying in the healthy vibration. I love this card. It's about wishes. It's about somebody who knows what they want, where they're heading to. They're enjoying life in the moment, in the ebb and the flow, yet very sure and confident as to what future is going to behold for them, right? So simple ways, like just keep maintaining your good karma if you really want to reconcile and sustain, and you want to, like I said, it's a strong bond. So to break it off easily is not something that this reading suggests, but it really goes on to say that, how you need to bring about those changes that are very unseen right now, because you're very close. It's not the full moon. Keep that in mind. We're sitting in the new moon. So you may know certain things in time, okay? So considering that, I feel that you are ready to, rock and roll here, because you are getting the head. You're being guided. Like I said, your ancestors, your higher self is talking to you. Your guides are talking to you. You're receiving those dream codes, etc. Because you're replaying those events maybe, or you want to understand more. So you're experiencing probably in all of this in your current reality, okay? So let's see what else do we see with the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, I mean, this is like unbelievable. This is balance, Sagittarian, angelic, the good, the bad, all of it in balance, in store. So I feel that whoever is watching and resonating with this reading, do give it a thumbs up, because here we have the intuition, which is really at play strongly, that we are going to take out. Okay, then I have the 2 of Cups that I'm taking out. It's an old strong bond that you just can't let go of, okay? And it has caused you pain, it has caused you trauma, it has caused you problems, but this one here, consciously or unconsciously, whatever has been done in the process, was here to help you grow, okay? To make you a better person, to make you a better individual, so that you can resolve your patterns, you can resolve your issues, you can resolve your paths, change your way of doing things the way you were doing, okay? And that's how it is really. And with this, I think whoever really is resonating, it is really about understanding that defining karma is about embracing the truth, is about embracing the true self, aligning it with your actions, and saying, you know what, I will not get influenced, because our universe is so polar, yeah. It is so polar, right? It's so we've got the energies as like polar. I mean, there's so much of polarity: divine masculine, divine feminine, the good, the bad, all of this, right? So how you kind of connect with it and make it make it one, that is where it's going to come around. Just know that whoever you believe in loves you. God really loves you and loves you no matter what. However crippled you feel, hurt you feel, challenged you feel. They say that your attitude is something which is carried in your heart, in your spirit. How you do things is carried here in your spirit for lifetimes. So change that pattern, bring that shift in your being, and you see how you create good karma, how you create better choices. So how we can do that? In short, I'm going to touch it because I can't extend the reading, there's a limited time. I'm going to pull out the cards from the unicorns because they're my spirit totem. The skywalkers, right? They really know where they need to land and where they need to go and how, right? That's quite an art. So when you start delving deeper, you'll know that why this had to play the way it played. Okay, you were very hurt by the person in question. You feel betrayed, you feel tortured, you feel unwanted, you feel unloved, unappreciated. But the truth is that no one is here judging anybody. No one should do that, right? You know what's good for you. Let me just shift it. You should really, really believe in your strength, self-worth. So how we can make it better? Let's shoot with that while I pull the cards. I have divine sight at the bottom, which is amazing. So when you make the right choices, the decisions that your spirit is guiding you to, you know exactly where it's going, right? When you know that you have to change those patterns and you have to bring about that shift, when it comes to love or understanding of love that many have and are confused, that is where it starts changing. Okay, trust your intuition. We've got two twos here. Okay, so you are on the right path, and then it's all about structuring it in a certain way, knowing that you're supported, you're guided. There's an invisibility card I have, which is again so much about take off your cloak of invisibility and let your light be seen. So it's like I said, it's about the throat. Really, you have to talk about what you feel in your gut. Okay, you really have to talk about it. You cannot just like sit down and say it's all right, I'm good with it. Okay, so, and with this it's like you are protected. Your experience has brought about certain kind of maturity, wherein from a baby soul to a young soul the journey is on, right? So you need to understand how you need to deal with these issues that are they feel toxic, really, right? Codependency, like I said, trauma issues, could be abandonment, could be fear, guilt, etc., etc., etc. So how you're dealing with that, the sense of betrayal, how you're handling it, and how you're not letting any kind of toxicity hold you back, because you are releasing that sense of fear from your head that you cannot change it. You sure can change it, right? Just open your heart, truly trust your instinct, value, and you'll know how you need to rise above. That is what the high self is saying. And here Jupiter, when Jupiter touches you, even it brings abundance in forms that you can't even imagine. It says, I'll always be with you like the sun, like I'll always be around. The moon only shines when the sun hides out, right? They're always with you. Keep in mind your guides, people you believe in, deities, Holy Spirit, they're always with you. So the truth is that like in this relationship, the kind of relationships we dabble in 2D or whatever, we make promises to one another. Oh, I'll till eternity, 7 lives together, blah blah blah. That's all bullshit, according to me. Okay, if you do not connect with somebody on the soul level, if you do not have that kind of vibe wherein, you both are working towards each other's soul growth, and you're connecting on the higher self, not just on those three chakras, right? The above chakras really play, okay? Unspoken vows are such. That is the energy connect that I am talking about here. That is something like a twin flame. That is like a soulmate kind of vibe. That makes it all the way, it takes it all the way. But again, coming back to this, it is definitely something that one has to undergo. We cannot just let it go. So, talking about karmic and the ascended ones, like the twin flame relationships, obviously it's a different video. I'm going to do that some other day, depending, what's the feedback I receive on Instagram and here as well. Just know that, your energy is the thought process you're giving out in the universe, that is playing in your day-to-day life. So keep rising high, just see what you need to see. And what else? One more card to seal the reading. I hope this works for you guys, and I hope this was helpful. Show love, gratitude. We need to touch 1,000 subscribers. I would greatly appreciate it if you could help. You're new, and if you could just give a thumbs up and subscribe to the red button, that would really mean a lot. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. You're blessed with love, compassion, and wisdom. Ooh, this saying is so protect the queen of the unicorn. We got 3 queens, baby. So you maybe like there's this ascended master who is a feminine energy, could be a mother, could be an aunt, could be whoever is really around you, sending you signs saying you protected, okay, or you believe in a sacred deity of that kind. So you're sure protected, my love, and this is what I got for you, and I shall see you the next time. Until eternity, I hope this resonates. Thank you so much. I send you so much of love and light. Thank you. Bye.